Hemingway once wrote a scene where a woman was masturbating, and he wrote it so that she was thinking the whole time about how hot she was and how good she looked instead of thinking about something arousing. And that tells me that one of two things must have been true. A. He was so clueless about sexuality that he assumed that women must find themselves attractive rather than other people. B. He himself masturbated while thinking about how hot he was and just assumed it was normal. There's this Japanese exchange student in my math class, and he sits next to me, and today I had my hand raised for like 15 minutes, but my teacher didn't pick on me, so I said notice me senpai, and the Japanese exchange student turns to me and starts laughing, and he barely speaks English, and I'm still embarrassed. I was told recently about a school that was shamed into changing its school motto. The motto was, I hear, I see, I learn. Nothing wrong with that per se. Unfortunately, the motto was in Latin, and the Latin for I hear, I see, I learn is audio video, disco. What the F? That's the best school motto ever. Change it back. Your yearly reminder that I learn through suffering can be translated into Latin as Disco Inferno. My English teacher in 9th grade used to put prompts up for daily 5-minute writing warm-ups, and one day the prompt was just the word hippo, and I wrote a page-long story in 5 minutes about an underground Russian mafia that distributed hippo fesses because they discovered that it had euphoric properties similar to marijuana. It was like the new opium, and rich people paid big money for it. But it was illegal in every country, and my teacher made me read it out loud to the class. I love how humans have literally not changed throughout history. Like the graffiti from Pompeii has people from hundreds of years ago writing stuff like Marcus is gay, I f***ed a girl here, Julius, your mum wishes she was with me, and Leonardo da Vinci's assistants drew peepees in their notebooks just for the banter, and Mozart created a piece called Kiss My Ass. So when people wish for today's generation to be like how people used to, then we're already their buddy. We've always been. The Hagia Sophia has inscriptions that were considered sacred for centuries until they were deciphered in the 70s to be Nordic runes, saying Halfdan wrote this. My old English prof told us that there's a cave in Scandinavia where a Viking gratified some runes like 14 feet up on the wall, and when they finally reached it all it translated into was this is very high. Ancient posting. Now on the History Channel. Why must a monster woman be conventionally attractive? Is it not enough for her to be scary and over the top theatrical and so full of bugs? Is this a Cats post? Cause I've heard some things. Wah. What happened in Cats? What if we all start using the Cats movie to make those crying cat memes instead? Like this. What if you chuck your bones off a bridge OP? My friend said her uncle was a Catholic priest until he fell in love with a Jewish man and peaced out. The most valid Catholic to ever live, to be honest. One Jewish man pulled him to his faith and another pulled him away. In one 13th century version of the King Arthur myth, Merlin is the spawn of a demon and a mortal woman, and was intended by Satan to be the Antichrist, but was baptized by a priest shortly after birth, which nullified Satan's plan, and now uses his demonic powers of magic and prophecy for good. Satan, losing since 33 AD. Hellboy prototype. Did you know at the set of Captain America 2, Chris Evans couldn't tell apart Scarlett Johansson's stunt doubles from her, so he would start talking to them as in they were Scarlett and the stunt doubles played the game. How long would it take Chris to figure out I'm not Scarlett? Apparently, the record was 10 minutes. This is singularly the best thing I have ever heard. Take me to art museums and make out with me, but they said to not touch the masterpieces. Well, somebody's gotta pin the artwork to the wall. This is Johnson. Those idiots asking in the East Wing again. A member of Parliament, Thomas Massey, was introducing a motion to change the name of Christmas to Christtide on the grounds that Mass is a Catholic festival, inappropriate to a Protestant country. he was interrupted by a member opposite, who asked him how he would like to be called. Thought I today. The bell was forgotten in the uproar. Happy Christmas to my favorite story of all time. My refrigerator with legs barrels towards me and grabs me and stuffs me into its vegetable drawer, then casually walks away. Hey, is your refrigerator running? My refrigerator with legs is standing in the middle of your street, gripping a rolling pin. Are you running? Sashimi rolling, they hating. This is honestly the content I'm here for, every day. I can't believe Home Depot literally produced a wildly successful science fiction musical, and we all just pretend it didn't happen. On one hand, yes, it had a boring white guy main character, but like, Home Depot just made it, and it had ton of box office sales. And no one even talks about this. This is like Avatar 2009 all over again. Okay, so after a lot of frantic googling, I realized this was all a dream. Home Depot did not in fact produce a wildly successful science fiction musical. I was on allergy meds and took a nap, and my brain simply prophesized this. Slightly disappointed because I wanted to watch it. Nikola Tesla is super adorable. He's just wandering around and hiding under things. I'm gonna squeal. I should probably specify that Nikola Tesla is a cat, and Serbian American inventor Nikola Tesla is not wandering around my house, hiding under things, because he is dead. I like the implication that if he were not dead, he probably would be wandering around your house, hiding under things. Nikola, get out from under there. No. The decline of artistic standards. Art reduced to personal expression. Shout out to PagerU for making the funniest image I've ever seen. PagerU, where does this data come from? Please share. Their own personal expression, I reckon. It's just so sad that art has become about personal expression. I just wanted to conform to what I wanted to be. Bro, talking about a girl he's interested in. She's pretty cool, but kinda intimidating. She hates, well, she doesn't hate men, but she hates the man thing. Me. Penis. Bro. No. The thing. The bad cultural thing. The paternal thing. Me. Oh, the patriarchy? Bro. That's the B. Me. I feel like we should probably not call the patriarchy B, all things considered. Bro. You right. See. This is why I'm stressed. What if I say something dumb like that in front of her? Anyway, we are going out again on Friday. I just gotta make sure I'm not patriarchine. Can you help me pick out what I'm going to wear? Feminists like flannel, right? He a little confused, but he got the spirit. I met a couple Australians this weekend, and they introduced me to what is possibly the greatest phrase in the English language. Apparently, a common response to a wide variety of questions is, I'm not here to F spiders. It means, I'm already doing that, or obviously, yeah. So like, example usage. At the bar with a friend. Do you want to get a beer? Me. Well, I'm not here to F spiders. I've literally never heard someone say that. What fucking Australians did you meet? Mate, those Australians introduced you to the grand Australian tradition of fucking with foreigners and making them believe anything about Australia. This is seriously a thing Australians do, like, automatically, someone will say something that is complete bullshit in front of a foreigner, and everyone will instantly jump on board and confirm it, like it's some kind of built-in reflex. My stepdad actually convinced my mom that there were no trains in Australia, and he didn't end this conversation with a just kidding or anything like that. He just let her think that for years until we moved here and she saw a train and was like, damn it, Kevin. Okay, while watching Cats 2019, I was thinking about what it would be like as an animated movie, and my idea was that, in animated form they were still humanoid cats, with colors that nod towards stage makeup, but are a little more feline, rather than having straight up human faces. Pros. Suited well to expressive animation. Still really confusing to the viewer, and gives absolutely no understanding to the type of world this takes place in, which seems intended interesting to look at. You can have fun with designs and making it kind of unclear as to what parts are clothes, what's the body, what's makeup, does it matter? Can still do all the wild dancing and stuff that wouldn't work as well if you made them literally cats. Cons. Undeniable furry influence. My Hot Topic cashier had big buttons that said ask me about my fursona and submissive on his lanyard, but no name tag because that's just too personal, I guess. The one time I check the URL to see if it's one time I dreamt, and it's not. Non-local area code equals hang up. Obvious telemarketer. Local area code equals hang up. This one is also a telemarketer, but trying to be sneaky. Never answer the phone ever. This is why everyone on this website is a virgin. I'm not gonna ref the telemarketer man. Here we can see that Florida is actually a poorly written artificial data matrix, as evidenced by this poorly rendered police vehicle clipping through the environment due to simulation processor loads being too high during the rainy season. Bethesda programmed Florida. Is it a bug or a feature? Yes. A very bizarre bird was photographed in Venezuela recently. Meet the patu, which is rarely seen in daylight. Nope. What the F is that? That looks like a goddamn nightmare. And this is sound it makes. Mooham. Are you fking kidding me? It sounds like a 18-year-old boy complaining to his mother because she cut off the Wi-Fi. My favorite thing is when you pick up an animal and you look them in the eyes and you can tell nothing's going on behind them. You look at them and there's just elevator music. Stupid animals really are like the fking best. The lights are on, but no one is home. That also happens when you pick me up and look into my eyes. Next time a conspiracy theorist tries to tell you what really happened, present a more outlandish theory and accuse them of covering up the truth. Conspiracy theorist. The moon landing was faked. Me. PFF. You believe in the moon? One of my students turned in a paper arguing that Hamlet and Macbeth both view death as a solution to their problems, and the only difference is that Hamlet wants to kill himself, and Macbeth would rather kill everybody else, and I honestly treasure this insight. Just to avoid accidentally using offensive language, I'm going to start using 90s surfer dude slang, because inadvertently offending someone is totally bogus, dude. People might not want to be called dude. You are radically right, and that is so not tubular, my friend. I apologize. I find your poor grammar and spelling to be offensive to my eyes. Watch me catch this gnarly wave of I don't care. Somebody once trolled me, successfully rickrolled me. I'm not the sharpest noob in the thread. I was typing kind of dumb with the caps lock button on. I bet you thought this post was finally dead. Well, the memes start coming, and they don't stop coming. Crab in call the breadsticks. I'll leave the shop running. Didn't make sense not to live for gun. Your left side's beef, but your pizza none. So much red log. It's very wow. Can this Doge meme finally die now? It's spoopy how fast the memes spread. They'll never die until we're glances at smudged writing on hand. Bread. Hey now. You're a dank meme. Got a new phone. Who dis?